Hi guys, welcome to Drum Dog, and today we're going to be checking out the Blushda. Now the Blushda is a hilariously named rudiment that's actually just a slight adaptation on the Swiss triplet. Now if you don't know what a Swiss triplet is, we've covered that in a lesson recently which you can check out here. And the difference between these two is just a case of adding a double on a non-accented note. So as we've got our Swiss triplet with a both flam right left, all we're doing here is doubling the non-accented right, just like this. Both right, right, left. Now as we turn that round into a triplet that we're going to loop, we get our 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Now obviously the challenge here quite quickly becomes how smoothly we can throw in that double without it throwing off the gap of our flams. Now as we bring this up to speed, you will see me starting to use more rebound to get that double nice and smooth in the right hand. And that really is the secret to this rudiment, is having a short snap between a doubles technique and then a confident single for the flam without each of them affecting the other. Now let's slowly pick up the speed on this, start nice and slow and see what feels comfortable. Now you will notice as I'm playing this, both lefts do lean towards an accent. That gives us a nice 1, 2, 3, 4 sound, which really complements the double. Now you really see that right hand pushing out into doubles now between the doubles, single. Now make sure as you speed this up, you make that conscious technique change between our rebounded double and our controlled single in the flam. And even up at that high speed there, you can see that slight technique shift in the right hand. So as always, it's really worth taking the time to get this feeling comfortable on the pad and really get your hands feeling this as a whole phrase instead of thinking about each individual note. But these rudiments are not designed to just be played on a practice pad and sound like tap, 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 tap. It's time to take them to the kit and play some cool sounding fills. Now to turn this into a fill, all we're going to do is orchestrate the flam around the kit and keep the right, right, left on the snare drum. Now that flam we're going to split across just being on the snare. We're going to have the right hand moving across toms with the left hand on the snare, and we're going to add in a ride cymbal and a bass drum in the right hand and still leaving the left hand on the snare. Between those three options we've actually got some super cool orchestration choices. Now you can quickly see how effective this rudiment sounds on the kit. It really does bring that double to life, and you've got that accent driving it forward with all of those sound choices. But as always here at Drum Dog, we want to push it one step further, and we're going to up the ante by playing it in 16th notes this time. Now obviously this is a rudiment phrasing of 3, 1 triplet, and as we move this through 16ths, we're going to get that slightly polyrhythmic feel. So let's play this through and count our 16ths. With a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So you can see we're ending with that 4 on a confident flam in order to come back to a crash for a 1 beat fill. So just once more slower, just to really feel where those accents sit. 3E and a 4E and a. A 1. So using those same orchestrations, let's take this to the kit as 16th notes. Now this one does sound a wee bit more spicy. Now things are starting to sound really cool. And that's not even getting into phrasing, which would be super applicable in this case, but we're not going to check that out today, or this lesson's going to be like 10 days long. But instead, we are going to add one final little thing of a hi-hat bark. If you don't know what hi-hat bark is, check our lesson out here. In the left hand just before the flam, on that third portion of the triplet. 1 triplet. So just adding that little hat bark there gives us a leading note to each flam, which sounds great on a hi-hat. Now it does take a second to get that movement happening because the left hand's now working between the hat and then to the snare to the flam. So take a second before we're throwing this in with our more interesting right hand orchestrations. Now the Blushda really is a super versatile rudiment that I use in a heap of situations and can sound really nice from a snappy straight through to a really relaxed feel where we're opening that flam up a little bit and making it feel lazy. No matter how we're using it, it's super effective and mega versatile. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this lesson and used the Blushdas to make your own super cool sounding fills. If you want to see more lessons like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out our full length lesson packs over at our website drum.dog. We'll see you again soon. But instead, we are going to add one final little thing of a hi-hat, but this way, this way, this way.